World War I, life in the trenches, the Great War. In March of 1918, the United States implemented the daylight saving time transition, in which this spring we shift our clocks an hour forward, in the fall we shift our clocks an hour backward. In wartime, daylight saving made sense because of the need for more hours of sunlight and for conservation purposes. But today, the concept of daylight saving has no significant purpose and offers more disadvantages than advantages. I myself have been poorly affected through observing daylight saving time. Especially during this March, I've experienced many of the negative effects of daylight saving time, more commonly referred to as DST. In regards to the negative implications of daylight saving time, the United States needs to follow the rest of the world and end the nonsense of shifting the clocks. Throughout this speech, to support my repeal of daylight saving time, I will now address the negatives associated with it. Daylight saving time causes an increase in energy use. Irony surrounds this ideal because DST was adopted in America in order to preserve energy and conserve resources, but now it is causing an increase in electricity use and an overuse of resources. In a 2008 report by the National Bureau of Economic Research, authors Matthew Cochin and Laura Grant strongly affirmed that DST actually results in a, quote, overall increase in the approximately 1%, end quote. This statistic is tentative and did not consider all states, but it suggests that other states may experience an increase of this degree or higher. Next, let's take a look at the direct effects of DST on the brain. Daylight saving time negatively affects our sleep cycle and circadian rhythm. When the government orders us to change our clocks, a disconnect develops between our circadian rhythm and the official time. This disconnect leads to exhaustion, loss of alertness, and insomnia. A loss of sleep means a loss of productivity. So, typically the Monday after DST, many Americans experience an unproductive workday. In a 2017 article from a New York magazine, The Cut, reporter and analyst Carrie Rom states, quote, "Sleepy Monday is one of the worst days for cyberloafing," end quote. Cyberloafing is considered as browsing the internet and leisure while remaining off task. A line of causality can be drawn between sleepiness, cyberloafing, and unproductivity, which shows that DST has a negative impact on American labor capacity. With the lack of alert, especially on Sleepy Monday, many people function carelessly without concern for danger. Because it is impossible to manually reset our internal clocks, many avoidable accidents tend to occur around daylight saving time due to this lessened alertness. Although many officials may argue that daylight saving time increases safety due to longer evenings, more fatalities and more accidents occur due to daylight saving time. In a 2020 article from UT Southwestern Medical Center, Doctor of Neuroscience Joseph Takashi discusses the dangers of daylight saving time in which, quote, fatal accidents increased 6%, end quote, especially in the recent mornings after the adjustment of the clocks. This statistic represents how drowsy drivers are reckless drivers and how DST increases the risk of danger nationwide. Similarly, the offset circadian rhythm can lead to increased mental and physical health conditions. Around daylight saving time in March, the health of many Americans declines. After we change the clocks, it's evident that mental health significantly deteriorates. Whether that means a significant illness is triggered or just an overall feeling of unhappiness with life is present. In the words of Dr. Alex Dimitru, who's an expert of sleep medicine and psychiatry, he asserts that, quote, depression and anxiety often get worse around the shift in daylight saving. This expression of concern proves that the headspace of Americans would benefit from abolishing daylight saving time. And in a like manner, the physical health and well-being of the population is negatively impacted by daylight saving time. This weakening wellness can range from a simple cold to the development of physical disorders such as bulimia to more serious conditions like stroke or heart issues. In a 2016 press release from the American Academy of Neurology, it was established that, quote, overall rate of ischemic stroke was 8% higher during the first 2 days of daylight saving time transition, end quote, which demonstrates the toll DST takes on one's physical health. Many claim the spring daylight saving time helps improve physical health because there are more hours of sunlight for exercise and activity. However, I believe this claim to be false. In an article from National Geographic, reporter and analyst Brian Handwerk references a study that concluded, quote, the risk of heart attack surges by 10%, end quote, surrounding daylight saving time. This exemplifies that DST itself is an attributing cause to physical health decline or even death. And if we diminish daylight saving, these unnecessary declines can be avoided. Above all else, these negative aspects clearly outweigh the positive aspects of DST. To sum up, daylight saving time is an outdated policy that should be eliminated entirely in America to ensure healthier, happier lives. Well, that's it. I hope you all agree with my proposal and begin to take action to help end daylight saving here in America. Thank you.